Prince Harry's absence from this year's Remembrance Sunday ceremony at the Cenotaph, a cornerstone event in British national life commemorating the sacrifices of military personnel, has sparked significant reflection on his evolving relationship with the royal family and public service. The decision to remain apart from the royal family's solemn gathering symbolizes both Harry's personal struggles and broader issues tied to his departure from the formal ranks of British royalty. Instead of joining King Charles III, Prince William, and other family members at the Cenotaph, Harry chose a different path to express his sentiments, releasing a heartfelt statement that resonated with the values he continues to uphold. His message underscored the enduring importance of recognizing veterans not just as uniformed figures, but as individuals whose contributions last well beyond their active duty. This rare public statement was poignant, illustrating his deep-seated respect for the sacrifices made by military members, a bond Harry shares through personal service that once defined his role within the royal family. Harry's experiences in the military have profoundly shaped his public image and personal identity. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan and held several honorary military titles before stepping down as a working royal in 2020. This departure brought with it a significant shift. Harry was stripped of his honorary military titles and barred from wearing the military uniform he once wore with pride. The inability to don such attire during official engagements has been a visible and painful reminder of his changed status. Despite this, he did wear a mourning suit during key events like Queen Elizabeth II's funeral and King Charles III's coronation. An exception was made during a vigil for Queen Elizabeth II, where Harry wore a uniform but had to remove the BR insignia, a detail that reportedly caused him deep personal discomfort. These instances reflect the broader tension surrounding Harry's post-royal life. Stepping back from senior duties and moving to California with Meghan Markle was meant to provide a new beginning, yet it came with significant costs. One such cost was the controversy over his request in 2020 to have a wreath laid at the Cenotaph in his absence, which was denied. The wreath reportedly remained untouched, an emblem of the rift between him and the institution he once served. Despite these moments of friction, Harry's dedication to military personnel has not waned. He continues to channel his efforts through charitable endeavors, such as his role with Scotty's Little Soldiers. This organization supports children who have lost parents in military service, echoing Harry's empathy for bereaved youth due to his own experience with the loss of Princess Diana. During this year's ceremony, Harry ensured that the children participating in the march at the Cenotaph received sweets, a small yet touching act that conveyed solidarity and understanding. The choice to step away from traditional royal duties and the consequential loss of certain privileges and symbols of his military service has been a recurring theme in the discussions about Harry's evolving role. His military history is not merely a chapter of his life, but an enduring part of who he is. Being barred from wearing his military uniform after stepping down has stirred public sentiment, with supporters arguing that his dedication and service merit recognition beyond the confines of royal titles and formalities. His brief moment wearing a military uniform during the Queen's vigil, but without the traditional ER insignia, highlighted the emotional and symbolic weight of such restrictions. Moreover, Harry's absence from this year's commemoration arises amid a backdrop of past disappointments, such as the 2020 wreath incident, which underscored a lack of symbolic reconciliation. This, coupled with his efforts to find ways to connect to his roots and support military causes from afar, paints a complex portrait of a prince torn between his commitment to service and the new life he has forged. Public sentiment around these events varies, with some admiring Harry's continued dedication to service and veterans despite the challenges, while others question his decision to leave the monarchy and the consequences that followed. His contributions to charities like Scotty's Little Soldiers are clear signals of his resolve to uphold values of service, empathy, and remembrance. Yet, the absence of his physical presence at significant royal commemorations continues to evoke a sense of unfinished narratives. A prince with visible ties to the military and royal tradition, standing outside the palace gates by choice and circumstance. The complexity of Harry's current relationship with the royal family extends beyond the symbolic act of donning military attire. It taps into deeper questions of identity, loyalty, and the balancing act between personal convictions and public expectations. The absence from this year's Remembrance Sunday ceremony serves not just as a singular moment of note, but as a continuation of the tension between past obligations and present autonomy, a visible reminder of both distance and devotion that defines his ongoing story.